No 4. Superman. A spring edition. 10 cents. The page holds on the name of the Man of Steel. Superman. Superman.
Hi.
Superman, America's greatest adventure strip character. Superman. Leading over skyscrapers, running faster than an express train, springing great distances and heights, lifting and smashing tremendous weights. With impenetrable skin, Superman, savior of the helpless and oppressed, battles the forces of evil and injustice. For the first time in its history, the city is ravaged by a terrible earthquake.
I want first-hand eyewitness details of the quake.
You'll get M.
Unobserved, the meek reporter transforms himself into mighty Superman.
An earthquake in this locality. It's unheard of.
Shortly after, the Man of Tomorrow's figure streaks down toward the scene of terror. Springing into action, Superman braces the tottering buildings, while terrified occupants dash to safety.
Hurry, it'll give way in a few seconds.
His amazing strength and speed carry him wherever there is need of his assistance.
My boy pinned under that wreckage. He'll be free in a moment.
When the earthquake subsides, Superman leaps away with the grateful cheer of thousands ringing in his wake. Later, Clark learns the disturbance came from a new Army test weapon that artificially causes earthquakes, and he heads to interview its inventor.
Professor Martinson, I'm Clark Kent of the Daily Planet. How about a story concerning your new discovery?
I'd be delighted. Meddler, not a tick, he's done for. Out you go to a mangled death.
Clark seats himself, and his assailant doesn't realize Kent can temporarily halt his heartbeat, so Clark is playing possum to learn the situation. Swiftly, Superman enters the laboratory, no sign of the man who pretended to be Martinson.
So, we encounter each other once more.
Permit me to introduce Professor Martinson, a reticent individual who refuses to reveal to me the details of his discovery. Then you admit failure.
I do not. If Martinson proves uncooperative, I may be more fortunate with the Army itself.
I wonder what Luthor has up his sleeve. I'm sure he's about to spring something. That evening, Superman sees one guard attack the other. The remaining guard signals with a flashlight as an auto-gyro descends to the roof.
That was simple.
Mustn't steal. It's not nice. Get back to Luthor and warn him to abandon his attempts to get this invention.
We'll tell him, only don't harm us.
Superman trails the auto-gyro. The world will not be safe until Luthor no longer exists.
Superman pursuing my fumbling hirelings. Sorry to disappoint the Man of Steel, but that plane will never reach here. A challenge, Superman. Are you willing to declare a temporary truce?
That all depends.
Here is my proposition and challenge. If your muscles can surpass my scientific feats, I will admit defeat. But if I can outdo you, then you are to retire and leave me a clear path. Do you accept?
Definitely.
Seconds later, two weird vessels swoop down out of the sky.
That's what I call prompt service. Once again, we confront each other.
Can't say that it particularly pleases me.
Quibbling aside, you agreed to match me at any feat. Are you prepared to race my sky vessels around the world?
Let's go.
They're off, the strangest race the world has ever seen. Superman versus superplanes, defying time across continents and oceans.
A human being outdistanced one of my super strato liners. Impossible.
Sorry, I'm pressing the motors to the limit.
Later, when they return to the starting point, it appears I am the victor, and you don't look the least bit tired. Incredible.
The next contest, one which should confound you, to determine who can rise the highest above the earth and still return safely.
One of Luthor's planes streaks upward, and Superman leaps in its wake.
Here we go.
The rocket tears upward through fleecy clouds.
Good thing I'm not subject to vertigo.
Higher and higher into the stratosphere and beyond.
We're too high, I'm losing control.
Beyond the strong gravitational pull, The vessel drifts helplessly toward certain doom as Superman fights gravity and begins to fall back toward Earth.
Can't you think of anything tougher? Again, you've triumphed.
Luthor gives sharp orders as a massive weight is removed from his vessel. He tunes intricate electrical equipment, working with cold precision.
Wonder what he's up to.
You see, making use of the forces of electricity, I can nullify the massive weight of this huge object. Your turn, my good man.
Delighted. You did it.
Wait, I've only begun. How's this?
Good grief.
Seizing Martinson, Superman leaps back toward the city as the inventor stares in disbelief.
Must be dreaming.
With your eyes wide open.
Within Martinson's laboratory, he mutters that he is sorry he ever invented the thing. A news flash cuts in. The Army's mysterious new weapon has been stolen, and every effort is being made to apprehend the thieves.
Now I begin to understand why Luthor issued that challenge. He wanted to keep me occupied while his henchmen pulled the robbery. Fella, you've given me an idea. Tell me quickly, do you know where Luthor held you during your captivity?
I'm certain it was in Satan's Canyon.
Another news flash shakes the moment. An earthquake has hit the city, and Luthor demands its surrender.
Wait, can't not now. I've got to attend to Luthor and fast.
Luthor is prepared and waiting somewhere in the rugged canyon.
I've a cheerful little surprise prepared for the Man of Steel. Now, if only Martinson's hunch is correct.
As the boulders rain down, Superman smashes them aside one after another.
Well, well, thoughtful of Luthor to have prepared a warm welcome. Nice workout, I must say.
But as the Man of Tomorrow continues on, he suddenly drops into a grass-covered pit. They don't seem to care for my company. Instead of facing a shrinking Violet, the wolves are flung back.
Don't crowd me. I'd like to remain and tame these wolves, but first I've got to take care of a human wolf Luthor.
But as Superman emerges from the pit, a powerful new gas is released in his face, rendering him unconscious.
He's out, Luthor will be pleased.
Luthor's hirelings carry the unconscious Superman to a spot near their master's laboratory tower.
Now to permanently remove this foe.
As the ray strikes the ground, it trembles in mighty convulsions, crevices open up, and Superman falls inside. In an instant, the crevice closes, burying Superman alive. Crushed beneath tons of earth, Superman revives and flails about. Sighting the ray emerging from the tower, Superman attacks the great stone edifice.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
That finishes the earthquake machine, but I'd much rather do this to Luthor. Later, when Clark Kent goes to Martinson's laboratory.
So Martinson killed himself, eh? He must have repented inventing such a terrible weapon.
His secret died with him. It will never menace civilization again. From out of nowhere comes the grim figure of the Spectre.
Oil wells throughout the world have stopped flowing. Cover the story. Just try and stop me.
Swifter than light, Superman lunges to dodge the projectile, but it tracks his every move with almost human intelligence.
Got you.
He rockets after it, twisting through the air as the sky torpedo whips and jerks to shake him off.
This is better than the coaster at Kenai Island. Radio controlled. Well, let's see what tearing a few wires will do about that.
The sky torpedo plummets toward Earth, losing control as it dives for impact. A face materializes on the side of the falling projectile.
Luthor, I warn you, Superman, keep clear of the oil well mystery or die.
Sorry, I choose to meddle in the oil well affair, and I refuse to die. It takes more than a mere explosion to bother me.
Superman, fleetly covering miles in seconds, rapidly nears the Oklahoma oil fields. As he comes upon the fields, the ground begins to quiver and shake.
Earthquake.
Leaping in, Superman catches a swaying tower and helps keep it upright.
Now look.
You'd be more of a help if you did something besides just look.
He darts about the oil field with great agility, saving derrick after derrick from destruction. When the tremors pass,
So long.
meanwhile, Lois Lane has alighted at the Oklahoma City airport.
What's all the excitement? A great many derricks were destroyed in the earthquake, but thanks to Superman, some are still intact. Just my luck. I would arrive just in time to miss seeing Superman.
Later, Clark Kent and Lois enter the Oklahoma Bulletin office, where the staff is buzzing with excitement.
Clark Kent. So the editor sent you to help me cover the story. Well, come along to the Oklahoma Bulletin where I'm bound. What's happened?
News has just come over the teletype that the entire Pacific coast is inundated under 2 feet of water, and the ocean is steadily rising.
But what about the oil well stories? It can wait, you and I are heading for the West Coast.
But as they emerge from the newspaper office, a car waits to force them inside, and a roadster tears down a mountain road at breakneck speed.
Into that car and no sound from either of you. We'd better do as they say.
If this is a holdup, you'll be disappointed to learn this ain't no holdup, buddy. It's a free ride at Luther's invitation. Acting swiftly, Clark presses a certain nerve on Lois' neck, and she falls unconscious before the danger can worsen.
Sorry I have to do this, Lois, but it's to save you from a certain death.
The roadster races toward the edge of the road, completely out of control. Frantically, the driver reaches for the emergency brake, but Superman beats him to it and crushes it to a pulp. And now for the flying field. The glass cover is folding back. What can this possibly mean? Suddenly, up from the prehistoric city, a pterodactyl flies into view. It dives at the dodging plane, striking with savage force. The plane is crumpled by the claws of the giant prehistoric monster. The pilot is killed, Lois is unconscious.
I've got to get her out of here.
Clark leaps from the wrecked plane, carrying Lois in a desperate effort to escape. But they are seized by the pterodactyl. A weird battle rages in the sky between the man of tomorrow and a monster of yesterday. Steel hands clash against fierce talons as Clark triumphs, and the 3 figures hurtle down toward the jungle below. Landing unhurt, Clark quickly changes into his Superman costume.
There's no telling what I may encounter now. That's odd. She's conscious, but she seems unaware of what's happening. The shock must have put her in a coma. Perhaps a drink of water will help restore her to normality.
Emerging from the nearby underbrush, a giant rat creeps toward the dazed Lois. As Superman turns with the water, he is stunned to see the great rodent about to spring upon its unsuspecting prey. Superman springs into the rodent's path.
Looking for trouble.
Well, you'll get it.
Then, with one final release, the creature sails out over the ocean and plummets away. But when Superman turns back, Lois is gone. Spying a strange flying vessel heading for the nearby city, the Man of Steel takes off in pursuit.
She must be a prisoner aboard.
Superman nears the city.
Superman offer no resistance, or Miss Lane will be destroyed.
Luther's voice. Superman stands passively by as she leaves the weird vessel.
So, Man of Steel, we meet again.
So it's you again, Luther, and as evil as usual.
I don't care what happens to me, but if you harm that girl...
On the contrary, I will have her treated so that her senses return. Take her to the Green Laboratory, men.
Superman accompanies Luther in a tour of the city.
How did you create this weird city?
It was created years ago, merely salvaged. What you are walking upon is a remnant of the sunken continent, Pacifo. Behold, in this laboratory I have recreated biological monstrosities of the past. Loosed upon the world, they will break its spirit, unless I bring it under my domination.
You wouldn't really perpetrate such an inhuman crime.
If you give me your assistance, I will be more merciful with the world. Otherwise... Well, what is your decision?
Give me a few moments. I must think.
Superman and the dinosaur lock in a death struggle. Seizing the beast by the tail, he whirls it up and smashes it to the ground out of the battle.
Well satisfied now.
Shoot them down.
But before the guards can use their green rays, American planes, dropping lethal gas.
Run for your lives.
As Luthor leaps into a laboratory building, Superman swoops up Lois and charges after him.
Wait up.
Under Luthor's manipulations, the glass cover closes overhead, and the weird city submerges beneath the ocean.
Now to attend to you.
Superman tears upward through the city's glass cover, bursting toward the surface. Safely at the surface, Superman swims toward shore at incredible speed.
Where am I? Will she be all right?
She is completely recovered.
How did I get here? The last thing I remember is seeing a prehistoric bird attacking our plane.
The plane escaped, but it crashed near shore. I managed to reach the beach with you.
The sunken island menace is ended, the ocean recedes, the wells function again, and scientists are baffled.
You've done it again, Clark. Scored a sensational scoop. I'll bet even Superman couldn't have done better.
Leaping over skyscrapers, running faster than an express train. Springing great distances and heights, lifting and smashing tremendous weights. Possessing an impenetrable skin, these are the amazing attributes which Superman, savior of the helpless and oppressed, uses as he battles the forces of evil and injustice. At the Daily Planet editorial office, Paul Dorgan, an eminent sociologist, is completing a manuscript titled Prosperity's Foe. An interview with him might prove interesting. I've heard of Dorgan. They claim that some of his theories are highly fantastic. Later, Clark asks to see the manuscript. No, for I can't trust anyone. Simply write that I am about to print documentary evidence that will prove sinister persons or forces plan to deliberately stave off the return of national prosperity.
You've been bad, and so I'm depriving you of your car.
No use shooting, the bullets bounce right off his skin.
Ready to answer my questions, or do you want to follow the car?
Don't do it, we'll talk. We're members of the Barney Calhoun gang. We were only following orders.
Barney Calhoun, eh? Here's where the racketeer chief has an unexpected guest.
The surviving thug hurries to a nearby telephone, desperate to warn Barney.
Are you listening, Barney? You've got to beat it. He's coming after you, a guy with superhuman strength. Thanks for the warning.
When Superman reaches Calhoun's hangout, it's empty. A dictaphone lies behind and the telephone starts to ring.
I warn you, drop your investigation.
Not till you've received the punishment you deserve.
More determined than ever to squash the fiends who stoop to murder, Superman races for the Cargill auto plant.
I've got to prevent the plant's destruction.
Meanwhile, within the plant,
And
So you were going to blow up this place, eh? Well, you can remain here and be destroyed with it, unless you tell me all you know.
Don't leave me here. In 10 minutes, every auto plant in this town will blow up.
Where is the explosion to be set off?
Underneath the Western Boulevard Bridge, for gosh sakes, free me.
I'm off to prevent the explosions.
beneath the Western Boulevard Bridge, time to act. The Vandal is about to destroy the factories. Alighting, Superman seizes a huge boulder. He hurls it with a silent prayer, here's hoping. Superman rushes onward on his errand of mercy. Frantically, he waves a warning signal to the engineer. But the engineer mistakes it for a friendly wave and ignores him.
He disregarded my signal. I've got to act, must do something drastic, or the passengers are doomed.
As the final car races past, Superman leaps for it and catches hold.
Just a few more seconds to go. I'm winning out.
With one final heave, the train comes to a dead stop a scant few feet from the missing rails. Another few inches and it would have meant destruction, but the disaster is stopped in time.
My identity is unimportant. What matters is that the tragedy is averted.
It's a miracle.
Who are you? You've saved our lives. The informant escaped. There he is below, entering a drugstore.
No, there will be no fiasco of the Langley Mill job.
Crouched in the shadow of the drugstore, Superman's super hearing catches every word.
Tell me quick, where is Barney Calhoun hiding out?
Barton Manor.
A precise pressure point drops the hireling instantly.
You'll be out for several hours, so there's trouble afoot at the Langley Steel Mill, eh? This is turning out to be a busy night.
Within the Langley Steel Mills, the escaped thug has tampered with the mill's mechanisms. A couple accidents and the men will refuse to work here. As the Great Steel Dipper turns, weakened supports break, and it crashes toward the workers below, spewing molten metal. Racing in at incredible speed, a cloaked figure hurls the terrified men to safety and catches the falling dipper. But it's impossible. Come to think of it, it is. One side, please.
You won't get me.
That blasted Superman, if I had him here eyed. You'd what?
As Superman, I was only foolin', spare me.
Just as I thought, Yellow. What was your object in sabotaging industry?
Have a drink, I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Well, go ahead. You'll be interested to know that you have just swallowed enough poison to kill 100 men. Why don't you die? Simply because the poison has no effect on my physical structure. However, I can't say the same for you. Drink this, or tell me what I want to know.
Don't force that drink on me. The man responsible is J.F. Curtis. A foreign nation has promised him important concessions if he'll wreck America's economic structure. I just work for him. This very night, Curtis is going to launch a financial upheaval that will panic the stock exchange and plunge the country into its worst depression.
W, are you taking me? To Mr. Curtis and a showdown.
Within Curtis' residence, a few more minutes and he'll telephone the order to his brokers that will plunge the country into economic chaos.
A few more minutes, and I'll telephone the order to my brokers that will plunge the country into economic chaos.
On a tense rooftop, a plotter tries to force Superman into his scheme.
What does this mean? It means that your subversive activities have come to an end. Reconsider, you would be an invaluable aid to me. Join forces, and you'll be incredibly wealthy.
I'm not interested in your tainted money.
You see, I am not unarmed and helpless, as you imagine. Yield to me, or you too shall be struck down.
Superman reaches out and touches the plotter, sending the current into the other man's body, and Curtis is instantly electrocuted.
So be it. What th, you're unharmed.
A week later, Clark is asked about the startling exposé he wrote.
That doesn't matter. What is important is that the nation is once again returning to its march toward prosperity.
Superman by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, dedicated to assisting the helpless and oppressed, is a mystery man named Superman. Possessing super strength, he can jump over a skyscraper, leap an eighth of a mile, run faster than an express train, lift tremendous weights, and crush steel in his bare hands. In the editorial office of the Daily Planet, a tip comes in about possible excitement tonight at the truck drivers' union meeting.
I've a tip that there may be some excitement tonight at the truck drivers' union meeting. Cover it. Okay, Chief, I'll be there, pad, pencil and all, ready for anything.
Later, Clark reaches the meeting just as the argument turns sharp on the platform.
Shut up and get off that platform, Carlson. We don't like th way you run things. Go back to your racketeering boss, Gus Snide, and tell him to stay clear of our union.
Am I to understand that the notorious racketeer, Snide, is trying to force his way into your union?
That's right, drop around to my home tonight and I'll give you further details for your newspaper.
That evening, an interview is interrupted by a worried visitor.
Oh, it's you. Yes, you invited me to drop in for an interview. What's wrong? You look disturbed. It's our little girl, Amy. She left school hours ago, but hasn't come home. I'm afraid that. I'm so worried. Your telephone's ringing. Perhaps it's news about Amy.
You've got your child, whether she gets hurt depends on you. First, get rid of that reporter.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you an interview now. Will you please leave? I understand, even more than you suspect. My super acute ears overheard that voice on the telephone.
Whoever made the call couldn't have known he was in Carlson's home unless they were nearby, perhaps that dark auto ahead.
What did Carlson have to say? He's scared stiff, and when we get through with this kid, he'll never dare buck snide again. Don't get scared, kid. I'm just gonna mark your face a little.
Dino, don't.
Eyes blazing with wrath, Superman streaks toward the parked auto. Before the blade can reach the child's face, a hand streaks through the window and catches the knife point, no effect.
WH what?
Want my daddy.
That's just where I'm taking you.
You still insist on making trouble, eh?
A light shove of Superman's foot sends the parked auto streaking forward.
Hey, it's out of control.
The car slams into a telephone pole as the thugs panic. But what about the child? To heck with orders. I'm clearing out while I can. The guy's superhuman.
Mumsy, it's Daddy. Amy, thank God. Now that this is attended to.
I'll see what these two rascals are up to.
Cater, they've slunk back to report to their chief. I believe I'll get a close-up of that. Up the side of the building climbs Superman until he remains suspended outside a window. Just in time.
Well, is Carlson ready to come to terms?
Everything was going fine until we practically had it in TH bag, but then.
Speak up, you blundering fools. What happened?
Just when he was gonna mark TH kid like you told us to, a strong guy butted in and took TH girl away. Strong, he tosses our auto around like it was a toy.
You say an incredibly strong man intervened. There's only one answer to that. Superman has butted in.
Gee gosh, I thought he was a myth, didn't really exist.
Well, it appears he does, which means we've got to act fast. Nick, Pete, get Carlson.
Time for me to go into action. Superman taps at the window.
What's that? Sounded like something at the window. Might have been my imagination, but I'll look anyway. W who?
Superman, pleased to meet you. Mind coming out and keeping me company? It's lonesome out here.
Careful, you'll drop me.
If I were you, I'd tell the boys to control their trigger fingers or I'm liable to resent it and let you drop.
I'll tell them it's him, Superman. Get away from that window, men, I'm helpless in his hands.
That's better. Now if I were to sort of relent and put you back in the room, would you quietly listen to what I have to say?
Yes.
Drop those guns, boys, or I'll show you how to crack an eggshell using Snide's head to demonstrate with.
Do as he says.
Fine, now make yourselves comfortable, everyone, because we're going to have an interesting little talk.
What do you want of us?
This new racket of yours, cutting into the truck drivers union, it interests me. I'd like to join company with you.
You want to be associated with us, but what about all that fine talk you've been spouting about helping the righteous and oppressed? How do we know we can trust you? I've got it, a test. You kill Carlson and we'll be glad to make you one of us.
A fine spot I'm in now. I meant to join these racketeers to get enough evidence to convict them, but this unexpected turn of events takes my breath away.
Superman closes in and orders, "You're coming with me." The onlookers react in disbelief as Gus Snide is brought in. Superman will not commit cold-blooded murder, but then he has an inspiration. A terrific toss sends Carlson sailing out through the window. "Murder, you've had sufficient proof, farewell." Later, you should have seen him. He took us right away from T.H. Coppers.
You're proving quite valuable. And that's just why I've decided to take over the leadership of this gang. Why you? The objections are none at all.
Within the next few days, the racketeers squeeze a huge illicit fortune from helpless food distributors.
But that milk was intended for hungry babies. Sorry, that strike order goes.
I can hardly bear to stand by and permit these outrages, but this'll soon come to an end.
Police headquarters, never mind who this is. If you'll go to Snide's hangout and look in his desk, you'll find sufficient racketeering evidence to send up his whole mob.
Snide executes a double cross, so Superman and the others will take the rap while I skip with the dough. Too bad for them.
Don't any of you move, you're under arrest.
Snide's betrayed us, I'll talk plenty and implicate him too. I'll confess too.
After the confessions are recorded, Superman abruptly leaps away.
Sorry, but I've an appointment with a rat.
Chances are that Snide skipped town in this direction. Superman closes in fast.
When I think of how I turned the tables on Superman, I can't help laughing. Superman.
Snide floors the car, but the Man of Steel is sure to overtake him, and the money goes to the bottom of the ocean with him. Superman cuts through the water in the wake of the falling car. Seizing the machine underwater, he shoves it upward with a mighty heave. Out of the water and into the air, it soars with Superman in pursuit. With Snide and the illicit loot under his arms, Superman springs off after an amazing feat of strength and agility.